Hello everyone, in this video we will be looking at the Integrated Science 2022. Specifically, we are going to solve question 3 and question 4. So question 3 is coming from materials and energy, let me say plants and animals, and then question 4 is coming from materials and energy. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so in our next video I'll be answering the full paper, so be ready to watch it. Okay, so the question is saying the following diagrams show an experiment on a plant which was put in a blue solution and placed in direct sunlight for 3 hours. So this experiment was carried out for 3 hours. When they put the plant in water with blue ink. So now, before I answer the question, let me try to explain a little bit here. So we have part L. Part L, it is called the leaf, where the photosynthesis takes place. So part L, it is called the leaf, and then part M, it is called the stem. The stem, it is made up of two cells. It is made up of two cells or two tissues which transports water and manufactured food and also mineral salts. So the first one being, it is the xylem. So the xylem transports water. The xylem transports water. Then as for phloem transports manufactured food. Phloem transports manufactured food. Now, since here, as you can see, water is having blue ink, or the blue ink was dissolved in where? In water. So now when we talk of diffusion, diffusion is the movement of colored substances. Colored substances from the region of higher concentration to the region of where? Lower concentration. Okay, so this experiment was set up to demonstrate diffusion of ink. Okay, so the first question, which is question A, it is saying identify the part labeled M. So part labeled M, I was saying it is the stem. So it is the stem. So I'm not going to write the answer here because I've written in the diagram here. Okay, so I'm going to say the stem. So you can take a paper and let me say you can take a book and write the answers that I'm going to give you. So just write stem. Okay, then as for B is saying when M was cut across, some cells were found to be colored blue. Roman numeral number 1. State the type of cells which were colored blue. So I'm going to say xylem, because xylem transports water. Okay, then as for Roman numeral number 2 is saying what was the experiment trying to show? It was trying to show diffusion. It was trying to show diffusion. Then as for question C, it is saying write one example of organic fertilizer. Write one example of organic fertilizer. So now when you talk of organic fertilizer, these are fertilizers that are produced from living organisms like plants and animals. So an example that I'm going to give you here to be chicken manure. Chicken manure, or rabbit manure, cow manure, and so on. Green manure, those things are examples of organic fertilizer. So I was saying an example of an organic fertilizer, I can say rabbit manure, cow manure, chicken manure, pig manure, or we can say green manure. So those are the examples of organic fertilizers. Then the next one, which is Roman numeral number 2, is saying inorganic fertilizer. Inorganic fertilizer, these are fertilizers which are man-made, or they are synthetic. They are made by man. Okay, so an example, I'm going to say D compound. D compound is made by what? By human beings using chemicals. So inorganic fertilizers, these are fertilizers that are made up of chemicals, and they are usually made from where? From chemicals by a human being. Okay, then as for question D is saying Explain one effect of excessive use of inorganic fertilizer in the soil to the plant. Let's say, for example, if you were using fertilizer in your field for recently 2 years, then you stop using using what fertilizer, then you decide to cultivate your field without applying the fertilizer, you're going to find that your crops are not going to grow. Okay, some they are going to have standard growth. As a result, you are going to have low yield. Okay, so now the effect of excessive use of inorganic fertilizer, you're going to find that they are going to pollute they are going to pollute the land. So the land will be polluted. Apart from that one, the soil is going to lose its fertility. So the soil is going to lose its fertility. So let's move on to the next one, which is question 4, which is coming from material and energy. So the question is saying, the following diagrams show the basic structures of two different substances. So we have the first one, it is having nucleus. So in the nucleus we have this nucleus composed, complies the protons and also the neutrons. So the nucleus consists of two things, the protons and also the neutrons. Then in the shells you are going to find the electrons. In the shells you are going to find the electrons, and electrons are negatively charged. Electrons are negatively charged. So in the shells you are going to find electrons. Then in the nucleus you are going to find protons and neutrons. Okay, so now whenever you see one electron or two electrons or three electrons in the outermost shell, that one is going to be a metal. Whenever you see one electron, like this one here in substance N, it is having one electron in the outermost shell. So the shell which is at the end, it is called the outermost shell. That's what I'm saying. If you see the structure having one electron in the outermost shell, that one is going to be considered to be a metal. Then substance O, it is having how many electrons? 6 electrons in the outermost shell, which means this one here, it is a non-metal. So whenever you see an element having 4 electrons up to 8, that one is going to be considered to be a non-metal. I'm saying whenever you see an element having 4 electrons up to 8 electrons in the outermost shell, that one is going to be considered to be a non-metal. So substance N, it is a metal. Then substance O, it is a non-metal. Okay, substance N, it is a metal because it has 1 electron in the outermost shell. Then as for substance O, it is a non-metal. Okay, so let's try to answer the questions. So as for question A, it is saying, state the name of the structures found in the shell. State the name of the structures found in the shell. So here I was saying, what found in the shell are what? Electrons. So I'm going to say electrons. Electrons are found where? In the shells. Okay. Then as for question B, in the structure of the substances, name the content of the part labeled nucleus. So here I was saying nucleus consists of what? 2 things. The first one, I'm going to say protons. Then the last one is what? Neutrons. Like the I was saying, a nucleus is composed, consists of what? Protons and what? Neutrons. Then apart from that one, we also have question C. So question C is saying, explain the difference between substance N and O. Explain the difference between substance N and O. So substance N, it is a metal, while substance O is a what? A non-metal. Then as for question D is saying, what name is given to matter that is made up of only one kind of substance. So it is called an element. An element, it is a substance which is composed of what? Only one kind of a substance. Okay, so the answer here it is what? The element, or you can say an element. Then the last one, which is question E. What is formed when hydrogen chemically combines with oxygen? So when hydrogen chemically combine with oxygen, water is going to be produced, which is H2O. So water is going to be produced, which is H2O. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. Kindly share it to your friends and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.